Hey guys, Big D here at Horoscope, where I talk about and recommend my favorite horror movies. Now, before we get started, I have a couple of announcements. First off, my deepest apologies if for whatever reason my last episode wouldn't play. If you guys really want to know, I covered Silver Bullet and I gave it a 4.8 skulls out of 5. It's a great movie, I highly recommend it. The second announcement is instead of just covering each movie in a specific franchise, I will just rank the whole franchise. Now, let's get to today's episode, where I will be looking at All the Creatures Were Stirring. This is an anthology horror movie, and for those of you who are unfamiliar with what that is, it's pretty much a collection of tales that are connected in some way. They could take place in the same holiday, same location, same sort of possibly the same people. And in this case, it's pretty much 5 tales that take place on Christmas. Now I'm just gonna give a brief run through of each little tale. The first tale is pretty much an office Christmas party that goes awry, that goes wrong. There's people getting presents and they're getting picked off one by one. It's sort of like a little game. The second tale is pretty much this father and husband. He is shopping on Christmas and it's his birthday. And he has a little encounter with these 2 women driving this old van that just alters his life. The third segment is a guy runs over a reindeer and the consequences of that come back to haunt him. The fourth little tale is sort of a modern retelling of the Ebenezer Scrooge story, where this guy gets tormented by ghosts in order for him to change his ways. And the final tale is a family dinner party that gets some unexpected and otherworldly guests. So let's talk about the good. You got a couple of really well-known actresses. You got Jocelyn Donahue, who is of course in The House of the Devil, I Trapped the Devil, and the opening sequence in Insidious Chapter 2. And Amanda Fuller, who's of course in Last Man Standing with Tim Allen. Besides that, the rest of the cast is just kind of unknown actors, but they all do a pretty decent job. There's some really creepy tales in there. A couple of them, you get some pretty cool kills. Movie runs at about 80 minutes, so moves at a really brisk pace. And just the imagery is really, really cool. I think the only big issue here is that the movie, it's just forgettable. Like, it doesn't stand out, it doesn't make any significant impact, it doesn't really leave a mark. And that's really the only issue that this movie has. And it's a big one. So overall, I give it 3 skulls out of 5. It's a decent little horror movie, but you're probably not going to remember it an hour or 2 hours after you watch it. So, join me next time when we look at one of my all-time favorite horror movies. But until then, it's been Big D over at Horoscope. Stay safe.